This episode will explore some of the most iconic and timeless vampire stories that have captured readers' imaginations for generations. One of the most famous classic vampire tales is Bram Stoker's Dracula, which introduced the world to the enigmatic Count Dracula and set the standard for vampire lore. This chilling tale of the vampire lord's quest for power and immortality continues to be a staple in the horror genre. It has inspired countless adaptations in literature, film, and television. Another classic vampire tale that has stood the test of time is Sheridan Le Fanu's Carmilla, a haunting story of a female vampire who preys on young women. This gothic novella explores themes of forbidden desire, obsession, and the supernatural, making it a must-read for fans of vampire fiction. Lesser-known but equally captivating vampire tales from authors such as John Polidori, Mary Shelley, and J. Sheridan Le Fanu. These stories offer a unique perspective on the vampire mythos and delve into the psychological complexities of the undead creatures. Whether you are a die-hard fan of vampire fiction or enjoy a good scare, today's episode has something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be enthralled by some of the scariest and most thought-provoking vampire tales ever written. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark and mysterious world of the undead. Today, we delve into one of the most iconic vampire tales ever written, Dracula by Bram Stoker. This classic novel has captivated readers for over a century with its tale of the infamous Count Dracula and the individuals determined to stop his reign of terror. As we explore this timeless story, we will uncover the psychological horror that lies at its core, making it a must-read for any fan of the undead. Dracula is a novel that has stood the test of time, captivating readers with its blend of gothic horror and psychological suspense. The character of Count Dracula himself is a chilling figure, a vampire who preys on the innocent and spreads fear wherever he goes. Stoker's use of psychological horror in the novel heightens the tension as the characters grapple with their fears and desires in their quest to defeat the vampire. One of the most fascinating aspects of Dracula is exploring female protagonists in a male-dominated genre. Characters like Mina Harker and Lucy Westenra play pivotal roles in the story, showcasing their strength and resilience in the face of unimaginable evil. Their struggles against Dracula and his minions highlight the power of female characters in vampire tales. In addition to its focus on female protagonists, Dracula also delves into themes of romance and desire, adding a layer of complexity to the story. The romantic elements in the novel serve to heighten the psychological horror as characters grapple with their desires and the consequences of their actions. Stoker's exploration of love and lust in the face of darkness makes Dracula a truly unforgettable read. As we explore the depths of Dracula by Bram Stoker, we uncover a tale that continues to mesmerize readers with its blend of gothic horror, psychological suspense, and captivating characters. Whether you are a fan of classic vampire tales, modern vampire stories, or vampire tales featuring female protagonists, Dracula has something to offer for everyone. Join us as we unravel this timeless novel's mysteries and discover the undead's true power in the world of horror fiction. Initially published in 1872, Carmilla is a chilling tale of a female vampire who preys on young women in a remote Austrian village. Le Fanu's depiction of Carmilla as a seductive and mysterious figure adds an exotic element to the story, drawing readers in with her alluring charm and deadly intentions. The psychological horror aspect of the tale comes into play as the protagonist, Laura, grapples with the realization that her newfound friend may not be as human as she initially appeared. Set in the Victorian era, Carmilla explores themes of forbidden desires, sexuality, and the supernatural, making it a captivating read for fans of vampire tales with a romantic element. The eerie atmosphere of the story, combined with the intricate character development, creates a sense of unease that lingers long after the final page is turned. As one of the earliest works of vampire fiction, Carmilla paved the way for future vampire tales with its unique blend of horror, romance, and psychological depth. Its influence can be felt in modern vampire stories as authors continue to explore the complexities of these immortal beings and their interactions with humanity. For fans of vampire tales focusing on psychological horror, Carmilla is a must-read that will leave you questioning the nature of good and evil, love and obsession, and the thin line between reality and nightmare. Modern vampire stories. In modern vampire stories, authors have taken the age-old folklore of blood-sucking creatures of the night and given it a contemporary twist. These tales often delve into the psychological horror aspects of vampirism, exploring the inner turmoil and existential crises faced by immortal beings who must grapple with their eternal existence. One of the defining characteristics of modern vampire stories is their focus on the complexities of human emotions and relationships. These narratives often explore themes of love, loss, and betrayal as vampires navigate the modern world while struggling to maintain their humanity. Readers are drawn into the dark and seductive world of vampires, where passion and danger lurk around every corner. Unlike their classic counterparts, modern vampire stories often feature more relatable and multidimensional protagonists. These characters are not mere monsters but complex individuals with desires, fears, and moral dilemmas. Through their eyes, readers can explore the blurred lines between good and evil and the eternal struggle between darkness and light. Many modern vampire stories also incorporate fantasy and science fiction elements, adding a unique twist to the traditional vampire narrative. From futuristic dystopias to alternate realities, these stories push the boundaries of the genre and challenge readers to rethink their perceptions of vampires and the supernatural. Overall, modern vampire stories offer a fresh and intriguing take on a classic genre, blending elements of psychological horror, romance, and fantasy to create a rich tapestry of storytelling. In the subchapter Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, we delve into one of the most iconic vampire tales ever. Anne Rice's novel follows the story of Louis, a reluctant vampire who recounts his life story to a journalist named Daniel Malloy. Through Louis's narrative, readers are taken on a dark and haunting journey through the complexities of immortality and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Interview with the Vampire is a classic vampire tale that has captivated audiences for decades. It explores themes of loneliness, loss, and the search for meaning in a seemingly devoid world. Rice's vivid descriptions and rich character development draw readers into a world where vampires exist alongside humans, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. What sets Interview with the Vampire apart from other vampire tales is its focus on psychological horror. Rice delves deep into the minds of her characters, exploring their innermost thoughts and fears. The novel challenges readers to question the nature of evil and the consequences of immortality, leaving them haunted long after reading. For fans of vampire stories with a romantic element, Interview with the Vampire delivers a compelling love story between Louis and Lestat, two vampires whose bond is as tragic as it is passionate. Rice weaves together themes of love and loss, desire and despair, creating a narrative that is as heartbreaking as captivating. Whether you are a fan of classic vampire tales, modern vampire stories, or vampire tales focusing on psychological horror, Interview with the Vampire is a must-read. Anne Rice's masterful storytelling and haunting prose will leave you spellbound, questioning humanity's nature and the darkness within us all. Let the Right One In by Ajvide Lindqvist. The haunting story is about a young boy named Oscar and his mysterious new neighbor Eli. Set in a bleak and snowy suburb of Stockholm, Sweden, this modern vampire tale delves deep into themes of loneliness, friendship, and the darkness within us all. Lindqvist's novel is a standout in vampire literature, as it eschews traditional vampire tropes in favor of a more psychological and emotional exploration of its characters. The relationship between Oscar and Eli is at the heart of the story, as they form a bond that transcends age and mortality. Through their interactions, readers are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature and the lengths we will go for connection and understanding. One of the most striking elements of Let the Right One In is its unique blend of horror and tenderness. Lindqvist masterfully weaves moments of genuine sweetness and vulnerability into the narrative, only to shatter them with sudden acts of violence and brutality. This juxtaposition creates a sense of unease and unpredictability that keeps readers on edge throughout the story, unsure of what will come next. Fans of vampire tales focusing on psychological horror will find much to love in Lindqvist's novel. The author expertly crafts a sense of dread and foreboding long after the final page is turned, leaving readers questioning their beliefs and fears. Let the Right One In is a must-read for those seeking a truly immersive and thought-provoking vampire tale that goes beyond the traditional blood and fangs. So, if you're a fan of the scariest collection of vampire tales ever written, classic and modern vampire stories, or vampire tales focusing on psychological horror, be sure to add Let the Right One In to your reading list. Lindqvist's masterful storytelling and exploration of human nature make this novel a standout in vampire literature, offering a fresh and haunting perspective on the age-old myth of the undead. You can read and listen to the full books on the links in the description box. If you enjoyed this episode and want to dive deeper into the world of literature with more detailed reviews and summaries, subscribe to our channel. We bring you the best of thrilling novels, insightful analyses, and engaging content that keeps you hooked. Don't miss out on our latest videos. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and join our community of book lovers today.